New Samsung solution to turn Shiba Inu to $3 token. Shib News today. Shiba Inu was the most popular crypto in new wallets over the past week, an on-chain analytics firm recently found. Banking was a boring subject for the baby boomer generation, but finance is fun in the internet of programmable money. If asked to guess what they thought was the most popular first coin for new crypto adopters over the past week, many people would probably guess Bitcoin. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Neither is it the number 2 crypto by market cap, the peer-to-peer network computer Ethereum. In this video, we will talk about the new Samsung solution to turn Shiba Inu to $3 token. News today. Don't forget to smash the thumbs up, share, and subscribe to the channel to see our latest content on Shiba Inu price predictions and expert analysis. Without further ado, let's begin the video. On-chain data discovered by Nansen reveals the most popular non-stable coin digital asset for newly funded crypto wallets over the past 7 days was Shiba Inu. Over that period, Nansen clocked over $56 million in SHIB tokens into 12,000 new wallets. According to Nansen, the ERC20 token was the most common crypto other than stablecoins to appear in these balances. Shiba Inu went through a slight correction, in line with the rest of the market. The pullback coincided with stock prices edging lower after running higher in January. Analysts and commentators widely pointed to disappointed economic data and more hawkish interest rate talk from the Fed as the reason for the rout. Wrapped Ether on Uniswap and shibaswap is the most dominant trading pair partner for SHIB by volume. But Binance holds the most Shiba Inu in SHIB balances. There were recent misreports that Binance has delisted Shiba Inu. The centralized crypto exchange only, however, delisted some trading pairs that included SHIB. Today, SHIB enthusiasts are eagerly anticipating the recently announced Shibarium, an Ethereum Layer 2 ecosystem for launching decentralized apps using SHIB as a native token. New data reveals that the Shiba Inu holdings of the world's largest Ethereum whales have grown by hundreds of millions of dollars in less than a week. According to whale surveying platform WhaleStats, the top 1,000 ETH whales have gobbled up $422 million worth of the meme asset since January 17th. Previously, it was reported that the same whales had about $168 million worth of SHIB, meaning they increased their holdings of the dogecoin competitor by a staggering 151% in just 4 days. According to WhaleStats, the accumulation spree of Shiba Inu now has it ranked as the most held digital asset by the top 1,000 ETH whales. SHIB holdings among the investor cohort now add up to $584 million. Other digital assets held by the high net worth traders include $65 million worth of Oracle provider Chainlink, Link, $58 million each in decentralized exchange Uniswap, Uni, and deflationary crypto Bit, as well as $55 million worth of interoperable blockchain Quant, QNT. The whale activity centered around Shiba Inu may have impacted the meme token's price, as it went from $0.00001045 on January 17th to a peak of $0.00001210. SHIB has since continued to rise and is changing hands for $0.00001226. Whale accumulation of SHIB comes as the ecosystem gears up for a beta release of Shibarium, a proposed Layer 2 for the Doge rival. The protocol will be a Layer 2 network built on Ethereum, similar to Polygon, Matic, Arbitrum, and Optimism OP. Shiba Inu coin has benefited particularly strongly from the rise in cryptocurrencies in the past few days. In the last 7 days, the price rose again sharply and saw a gain in value of over 20%. Many investors expect massive increases in the coming months and years. The English-Italian fashion designer John Richmond has worked with many celebrities, including critically acclaimed artists like Madonna, the Rolling Stones, and Gwen Stefani. The fashion designer is currently switching his focus to Web3. The new approach stems from the values that decentralization brings to the world. According to Richmond's tweet, there are a lot of similarities between the revolutionary punk rock movement and the innovation of Web3. Just like the punk rock movement of the UK in the 80s, it represents a powerful energy and a desire for change, explains the renowned stylist. The energy of rock and roll has always been about giving a voice to the marginalized and the oppressed, breaking boundaries, and challenging the status quo. This is the same energy that drives artists and people in the Web3 community. John Richmond. While John Richmond's previous collaborations are worthy of a star lineup, recently he revealed a magazine cover from Vogue magazine with Snoop Dogg. The iconic hip-hop artist brought a touch of West Coast to the art of fashion. The rebellious street style mixed with a hint of classical wear perfectly aligns with John Richmond's idea to experiment with different styles. The Shib Army rejoiced over Snoop Dogg's feature in Vogue magazine. In response, some soldiers of the Shib Army asked the main developer Satoshi Kusama on Twitter if Snoop Dogg could perform in the Ryoshi Plaza or the Bark Park in Shib the Metaverse. Ultimately, Shib the Metaverse is an upcoming Web3 project by Shiba Inu's developer team. However, for Shib the Metaverse to go live, Shibarium, the Layer 2 scaling solution, has to launch first. Amazing look, Sir Snoop Dogg, when concert on Ryoshi Plaza. Hashtag Shib the Metaverse would be honored to have you. Am I right? Hashtag Shib Army? At shibatoken, at Shib the MV, at Satoshi Kusama. Can we? At No One Has Spoken. The Shiba Inu community actively awaits the Shibarium Layer 2 blockchain launch as official accounts of the Shiba Inu ecosystem and core developer Satoshi Kusama drops hints on the anticipated date. Picking up hints from Satoshi Kusama's Twitter status, Shib Army believes the Shibarium beta release to happen on February 14th, Valentine's Day. Shiba Inu lead developer Satoshi Kusama changed his Twitter bio and added hints on the anticipated launch of the Shibarium Layer 2 blockchain. The new bio reads, "Tending the pine tree of life, quickly learning to play the flute before putting hashtag Shibarium in a heart-shaped box with a bow." Shiba Inu whale Shibholder, in a tweet on January 20th, shared that Shibarium is expected on February 14th, Valentine's Day. The Shiba Inu community believes the new bio points to the Shibarium beta launch on Valentine's Day. While the preparedness for the launch is not complete, releasing documents on fundamental concepts and the Bone Gas token by Shibarium's official Twitter account indicates the launch is near. The development activity has also increased related to Shibarium, as per data on GitHub. However, the launch could be delayed due to unforeseen circumstances, as it had happened earlier. Meanwhile, Shiba Inu and Bone tokens attract whale accumulation. The Shib burn rate has increased and social sentiment hit an all-time high. Shiba Inu ranks as the second most secured crypto project in an analysis by blockchain security pioneer Certic. Bone's shibaswap price trades at $1.43, up over 8% in the last 24 hours amid interest from whales and investors. Samsung Electronics has announced that its unified mobile wallet application, Samsung Wallet, will now be available in 8 more countries. The South Korea-based tech giant revealed it could be rolling out the wallet app across Singapore, Australia, Brazil, Hong Kong, Canada, India, Malaysia, and Taiwan. Support from the Samsung Wallet in these countries will go live by the end of January. However, the company noted in a new release that the exact timing of the launch would vary and depend on user devices and the specific market. Samsung launched the Wallet app in 2022, with support since its unveiling in June having increased from an initial 7 countries to 21 countries by the date of the latest announcement. Currently, the Samsung Wallet app is available for Samsung Galaxy users in Korea, the UK, the US, Bahrain, China, Denmark, Spain, Finland, France, Germany, Italy, Kazakhstan, Kuwait, Norway, Oman, Qatar, South Africa, Sweden, Switzerland, Vietnam, and the United Arab Emirates. More than a payments platform, the app also integrates with the Samsung blockchain wallet and comes with safety features enhanced by Samsung Knox, an inbuilt proprietary security platform. So, while Samsung's wallet app is not crypto-specific, users with supported devices can leverage it to keep tabs on their digital assets portfolio. The wallet allows for this via an interface that enables access to cryptocurrency prices across multiple exchanges. That's a wrap for today. Don't forget to smash the thumbs up, share, and subscribe to the channel to see our latest content.
Listen up, Palantards. It looks like today, we've seen the market is still correcting. Palantir's price is still in the process of recovery. However, massive bombshells has been dropped today. Donald Trump just reopened the opportunity for Palantir. Alex Karp's insane plan has been revealed, and these could set Palantir's price on its foot again. What is happening? And what on earth am I even talking about? Well, let me explain. Disclaimer. Palantir's stock is still going through a rough patch, and the correction isn't slowing down. In fact, today it slid even further, hitting around 84 bucks. After a major rally not too long ago, the stock has now tumbled more than 40%, leaving investors wondering what's next. One analyst described the situation as a full-blown roller coaster. According to him, the big concern on everyone's mind? Potential defense budget cuts. Since government contracts make up a big chunk of Palantir's revenue, any sign of reduced spending could put pressure on the stock. That fear has been enough to keep investors on edge, overshadowing some of the company's recent wins. But not everyone sees trouble ahead. Some major political figures are still betting on Palantir's long-term success, suggesting there's strong confidence in its future. In fact, Wedbush analysts believe the defense budget concerns might actually work in Palantir's favor. They argue that in a tighter spending environment, the Pentagon could become more selective with its contracts, and Palantir's track record might help it secure even more deals. And let's not forget its recent earnings. Palantir's Q4 results were a knockout. The stock surged more than a fifth after earnings, revenue climbed well over a third, and its U.S. commercial business, especially in AI, continued to gain momentum. The company's growth is undeniable, and it's making serious moves in the AI space, which could be a game-changer for its future. Still, the big question remains, is Palantir worth its high price tag? Investors love its potential, but with such a premium valuation, it has to keep proving itself. Can it maintain this kind of growth and justify its price, or is there still room for a deeper pullback? The mood around Palantir is still pretty rough. People are stuck wondering, should they cut their losses and sell, or should they hold on and hope for a rebound? The uncertainty is real, and you can feel the hesitation in the air. But wait, something interesting is happening. While regular investors are feeling shaky, some even offloading their shares, the big players are seeing an opportunity. Institutional investors are quietly loading up on Palantir, taking advantage of the fear in the market. One analyst just revealed a major move on social media. A massive fund, managing well over $100 billion, just jumped in and opened a brand new position in Palantir, grabbing nearly 3 million shares. That's not the kind of move you make if you don't see potential. So while retail investors are panicking, Wall Street's heavyweights are making their play. Are they onto something? And here's where things get really interesting. Palantir's current position might be a huge turning point. One analyst pointed out that this moment could set the tone for what happens next. Right now, the stock is testing a key level. What used to be a major resistance point has now turned into support. If it holds, this could be the foundation for a comeback. But if Palantir slips just a little further, it could break through that support and lose an important technical level, which might send it even lower. It's a critical moment. The stock is hanging in the balance, and the next move could decide where things go from here. Will it bounce back, or is there still more room to fall? But hold on. Some breaking news just dropped, and this could send Palantir's stock soaring. Donald Trump just signed a game-changing executive order, and it's a huge win for Palantir. The order pushes all federal agencies to start using advanced tech to review and cut wasteful spending. It also requires them to track every dollar spent by employees with clear oversight and report everything to a newly created government efficiency department. This isn't just good news for Palantir, it's huge. And here's why. First off, Palantir is already a leader in government data tracking and efficiency. That's literally what they do best. Now, with this new executive order forcing agencies to get serious about cutting waste and tracking every dollar, Palantir is in a prime position to step in and provide the solution. This could mean even more government contracts and a massive boost to their revenue. But there's another layer to this. Alex Karp and Elon Musk. Their relationship has been making headlines lately, and it's only getting stronger. With Musk's influence in government tech initiatives and Karp's expertise in data-driven decision-making, this could be the start of something even bigger. Imagine a future where Palantir plays a key role not just in government efficiency, but in a broader push for AI-driven solutions across major industries. And if Wall Street sees Palantir locking in even more government deals, investors will take notice. More contracts mean more revenue, and that kind of momentum could easily send the stock price climbing. Could this be the catalyst that pushes Palantir to a whole new level? It's starting to look that way. But wait, this is just the beginning. Because today, Alex Karp made another huge move for Palantir, and it's got everyone talking. A post just dropped revealing that the UK Prime Minister was spotted touring Palantir's DC office with Karp himself. Yeah, you heard that right. One of the most powerful leaders in Europe, personally meeting with Palantir's CEO at their headquarters. And this isn't just a casual visit. This could be the start of something massive. Palantir has been making serious moves in Europe, and if this meeting is any indication, they might be on the verge of securing even bigger deals overseas. Palantir expanding deeper into Europe isn't just another deal. It could be a game changer for the company's long-term growth. Right now, most of Palantir's revenue comes from the US, especially through government contracts. That's great, but it also makes the company vulnerable to things like defense budget cuts and political shifts. Expanding into Europe means tapping into a whole new market, bringing in fresh revenue streams and reducing its dependence on the US government. More countries using Palantir's technology means more stability for the business, which is exactly what investors want to see. And let's not forget, Europe is going through its own digital transformation. Governments and corporations there are looking for powerful AI-driven solutions to handle security, defense, and data management. Palantir is built for that. If this momentum continues, we could see more partnerships forming across the region, securing long-term deals that fuel steady revenue growth. Now, about that price drop. This kind of expansion could be exactly what Palantir needs to recover. Investors have been spooked by the recent correction, but global expansion adds a new layer of confidence. If Palantir starts locking in big European contracts, the market could start pricing in future growth, pushing the stock back up. So yeah, even though Palantir's stock has been dropping, the energy around it isn't fading. With news like this coming out almost daily, plenty of people still believe that getting back to $100 is just a matter of time. And honestly, if you take a step back, this dip isn't as dramatic as it feels. One analyst broke it down perfectly. Yes, watching the price fall from over 100 down to the 90s in just a few days isn't exactly fun, but let's put things in perspective. First off, even with this pullback, Palantir is still up a solid amount over the past month. It's been a wild ride, but overall, it's still trending in the right direction. What really happened here is that a wave of speculators and hype traders jumped in a few weeks ago, pushing the stock up way too fast. Now that the excitement has died down, they've bailed, and the price is just resetting back to where it was before all the noise. In reality, nothing has changed, just the usual stock market circus coming and going. Long-term investors? They're still doing just fine. If you've been holding since a few years back, this drop isn't shaking you. A year ago, Palantir was way lower than it is now, and despite all the volatility, this has still been a winning year. Short-term price swings like this are just part of the game, especially for a stock like Palantir that always attracts attention. And here's the key point. Palantir's business is still rock solid. Government contracts are still rolling in, profit margins are steady, and cash flow keeps improving. The stock price bouncing around doesn't change the fundamentals. This is what happens when a stock gets overhyped. Momentum traders rush in, FOMO kicks in, then they all panic and sell when reality sets in. But the people who actually believe in Palantir, they're not going anywhere. Remember, Palantir just secured its spot in the S&P 500, which is a huge deal. That means more institutional investors are going to be buying in over time. And as that happens, the stock will eventually become less volatile. In fact, if you check the filings, the big players, the ones who really move the market, aren't selling. They're holding. So if you're in this for the long run, this kind of dip isn't something to panic over. If anything, it's an opportunity. Stocks never move in a straight line, and the road to big returns is always filled with ups and downs. Just look at history. The biggest companies in the world, from Amazon to Tesla to Google, have all had moments like this. None of them skyrocketed overnight. But in the end, it wasn't the short-term noise that mattered. It was the long-term fundamentals. And if you believe in Palantir's future, then none of this should shake you. According to him, ignore the panic, stay focused, and keep your eyes on the bigger picture. But what is your opinion on this? Comment down below. If you're curious to find more, then make sure to click on one of the videos you see on the screen. And with that, we come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed the video, then turn on the notifications bell on this channel. Missing an important Palantir update might make you lose money, so don't risk it. Also, please share this video with as many people as possible. Let's get this news out there.